Hola, señors. I actually don't know if señors is the right pronunciation. I know señor is one.
Don't know. Hello.
Rene, we need to figure out a better name for you for the
Cold call.
call. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured I just used like less cold call today. I used Ryan, but
Yeah, well, Matus has become Matthew, so you can as well become Ryan.
yeah. And
Yeah.
should I like change then in sales calls also
Yeah.
to? Oh, okay.
Yes. Because people will judge you based on the first name, your accent, and your last name.
Yes. Okay.
Especially when they can say, oh, that doesn't sound American. Like, for example, Matthew had the tendency to hop on a sales call with Matus Koval. It doesn't really sound very American, does it?
No.
Yeah. Like you could generally see a difference on how people presume on the cold call, on the sales call, before and after. Like,
Okay.
Matthew, do you agree or do you disagree?
I agree.
Wonderful. So, guys, anything specific you will want to go over? Matthew, do you have sales call to review, maybe, huh?
I have 3.
Fuck me. Cool, send it over.
Which one?
The worst one. If you ask it that way, I assume there is a middle one, there is the worst one, there is the best one. The one that you are most ashamed of.
Oof.
Don't tell me all
Okay.
of them. I
What?
don't take that as an answer. I'm gonna be back in a second. Just send it in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, guys, who here knows something about watches?
No.
No one. Okay, then never mind. Useless. I wanted to show you something as a motivation, but if you don't know shit, then you don't know shit. Hello, Celine. Is your internet alive or is it still dead?
Like today I had 2 sales calls right before this call,
Yeah.
and both was slightly different in like with the previous calls, because both of those people was, let's say, team leaders, so it was different.
Yes, because you don't speak to an individual, you speak to someone who is higher in the hierarchy of a food chain that probably wants to build a team or wants to feed the mouth of the team so they can take a cut of that instead of for themselves.
Yes, so I send you the first sales calls from today
Yeah.
because I scheduled a second call with this person.
I was about to say this shit is 17 minutes long. Okay, good to know.
What?
I was about to say the call you just sent me is 17 minutes long or like short.
No, but I have another one, 71 minutes long, from Friday, I think.
Was it you? No, that was Alex. Motherfucker
Yes.
had a call for 2 hours that he wanted me to review.
Mm-hmm.
I am currently stuck at, I've written myself the time down. We are currently stuck at 54.34 because there was so much to do in that call. Celine, is your internet working today?
Kind of.
I like how you cut off while saying kind of. That's a very good sign. Yep. So guys, can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I laughed at your internet might just got off.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay. Okay.
And how's your real estate business been so far this year?
January was not good, but that was my fault for my lead gen in November. But February was really good. March is looking pretty damn good. So pipeline's pretty full. So that's good.
Okay, David. So the main goal of this call is basically just to learn more about your real estate business and how we can help you reach your goals. So
Okay.
today I will just ask you a couple of questions to better understand three important things. I would love to explore what has been working well for your business, areas where you might be facing challenges, and any specific goals you have for your growth. From there, if I think we can help you, I'll show you what we do. If I don't think we can, I'll be the first one to let you know. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Okay, let's do this. So, David, please tell me what brought you to this call today?
Somebody called me, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it was. So you guys got lucky because I typically reject the 90% of the calls I get on any type of lead generation models.
Yes, but you previously also mentioned that your January was not good in terms of real estate because of lead gen from previous months, correct? Oh, okay. So that means that maybe
Matthew, I'm so proud you're fucking listening to the prospect you speak with. I was generally thinking you're gonna miss out on the beautiful opportunity that he said to you in the first fucking minutes.
lead generation is something what brought you here, correct?
Well, the issue was me not doing my lead generation. Me,
Okay.
and I'll fall on the sword on that my own. I wasn't doing what I should have been doing, and holding my team accountable to what they should have been doing at the last quarter of last year. So January was off because of that. So obviously, I've always looked to see what I can, how I can build my pipeline, but just want to see what you have to offer.
See here, there is like you could have also asked here. Okay, I got you. So, but then so February is looking fine, March is looking full. Is it gonna be consistent like this, or is it capped at March right now? How does it look like? Because you also want to understand if he works in a manner where it's a pattern, so he goes up, he does the lead generation, everything builds up, but then it slows down, or if he tries to keep it consistent. Because based on what he had so far, it seems like it's a problem of consistency.
Okay, and what happened? Why you was not able to work on your religion?
I was lazy. We had a stellar October and September, which led to a lot of closings. And because of our busyness, we were without an admin. So because of our busyness, we weren't doing the things we needed to be doing. We were handling other issues, so we were caught in the whirlwind of business and not doing the stuff we needed to be doing.
Okay, and you mentioned that you have a team, right?
I do.
It is your team, so you are the team leader?
My team.
Okay, and you are the only team leader, or is there anyone else?
It's myself. I've got two buyer's agents, and a virtual assistant and a market person. Excuse me.
Sure. Okay, and usually when you are working on your lead gen, approximately how many leads do you engage monthly?
My business is 98% sphere of influence. So I'm reaching out to those people. So I'm talking to probably in a month, 200 people in a month.
Okay.
So 5 people a day. No, 10 people a day.
Okay, so you said 95% is just your sphere of influence, correct?
98.
98. Okay, and are you using any?
Matthew,
Yes.
how much is 10 times 30?
300.
That was a sign of insecurity. Because He just told you realistic number, which was 5 a day, and he was like, 10. But at the same time, he only speaks with 200 people per month. So that would be 6.6. But like, it's not like you can cut someone in 75%. But then like, this is something you can point out. So is it 5 or is it 10 or is it 6.6? Like this is a small thing that you can catch immediately, because especially if he's a team leader, the responsibility is on him. If he doesn't make money, it's because he didn't do shit or he was lazy, as he said. And by the way he looks, you can say he's lazy because he's fat as well.
Other different like lead generation services?
What? Did your internet cut off there?
No, the sphere of influence, correct?
98.
98. Okay. And are you using any other different like lead generation services?
No.
Okay. No. So just
I don't know what the fuck happened with your microphone there, but you will also, not necessarily, but you could also have asked him, so what about the 2%? When like he answered no in a very odd way. Granted, I don't know if it's a recording because of your internet or if it's actually the way he said it. But the way he said no, you could have said no. So what about the 2%? If you say sphere of influence is 98, so that's 200. Is there anything else you do that is actively working?
this.
Please don't tell me that this is how the recording is gonna go.
Have you okay. What the fuck?
Well, we do some.
I don't fucking know what you said in those 2 minutes, not gonna lie.
Something like
Like he has 4 double chins. Like you need to understand that takes skills.
social media management or paid advertising before?
Well, we do some.
Okay, and you mentioned that you have 2 buyers agent in your team, correct?
Listings that we pretty much follow the MREA, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, and their lead generator on their own and getting about 50% of their own leads.
Okay, good. Okay, and how your process looks like when someone is like, well, actually, you're working with your sphere of influence, so I'm sure that your sales process is pretty much straight, as you know those people, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Retarded question. If you will
I realize
want
this.
to go that, it will be a stretch, but if you want to formulate the question like this, you'll probably want to end it by saying, because I want to understand, I know that typically when someone gets a referral, which is usage of sphere of influence, the closing rate is higher, but then how do people react to your team taking the care of buying or selling? Granted, he also didn't really mention sellers, so only buying.
Then usually the average listing price, what our clients are working with, it's around $400,000 in Florida.
Oh, I have a feeling he's gonna slap you back. No? Okay. Because he has mentioned MRI, which is Millionaire Real Estate Agents. So I will assume, granted, it's good to clarify that he works with higher listings. If you want to, you can also inform yourself what the MRI is.
Florida in Orlando. So are you working with the same numbers or
Little higher, little higher.
little higher?
Yeah,
And
not a ton. We had some lower sales last year that brought it down some. In 2023, our average sale price was $540,000. Average sale price last year was $480,000.
Okay. So 480, right?
Correct.
Okay, and this is also the average listing price your team members are working with? So it's like for the whole team?
It's it's crosses the gamut. We've got, we're working with a buyer right now at 200,000 and we're working with a buyer right now at 3.5. So it crosses the gamut. I've got a listing that's coming on the market at just over 3 million. I've got a listing that's coming on the market at, what are we doing that one at? 285,000 next week. So it's a wide range.
Sure, understand. That's the reason why I'm asking about the average listing price. So also I want to be able to do my calculations later during this call. So I
Sure.
just don't want to, yeah. So I just want to calculate with the right numbers, right?
Yeah,
Too much justifications. Like you could have cut off by the first time you said it.
Mm-hmm.
it's about the same. It's about the same. Yeah.
Okay, and what is your average commission fee per closed deal?
Again, you could have used niche knowledge here, which will be, I know that for either our clients, or you could say something in terms of in his state, other people that you are working with, the average take home is, for example, 5 to 8%. How does it look like on your end? Then in this case, I really hope when he answered that question, that you have also clarified how much is it going to him, how much is going to the team. Have you clarified that?
Yes, he's taking half of provision of his agents.
Okay. And whoa, there was one more thing. My brain just turned off. So if I'm gonna remember, I'm gonna let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Drop down a little bit. It's 2.75 per side.
2.75 is also not really 50%, but it's okay.
I charge 3% per side, and we'll negotiate, a little bit off of that.
He
I
just
was
told
not
you,
really. What?
he just told you two different numbers.
275 and 3%, yes. But
Yeah,
I
it's a
was not
different-
really sure what he is. What does it mean, like per side? If it's just
per side. So his,
buyers.
no, the person that sells it gets 3%. He gets 3%.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you will want to clarify that and also ask about the 0.25, because 0.25 in a 3 million housing is different than 0.05 in 200,000.
So you mentioned per side. So you usually work with buyers or sellers or both?
I do listings. I refer all the buyer sides to my buyer's agents.
Oh, okay.
So
By the way, do you understood what he meant by it? Because this is something he mentioned twice already.
Per side?
No, he mentioned to you at the beginning he has buyer's agents.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what he means by that?
Yes, but I don't know how to explain that. Basically, buyer's agent, so people who wants to buy a house, right?
Yes. So what he does, that's why he told you listings, and that's why it kind of shows you're incompetent.
Mm-hmm.
Because he mentioned it twice when he was telling you the pricing, that he has a listing coming in for 3 million, he has a listing coming in for 200,000, which basically means is his spheres of influence has houses to sell or to flip. He finds them, he takes the listing, he forwards it to his buyer agents that are looking for buyers of that particular house.
but on a buy side, like, we've got one that closed this morning that, it was my listing at 3%, but I also brought the buyer. So we dropped it down to, we took a full point off. So we did it and that one's gonna work out to 2.5, but it's 2.5 per side. So that for me will work out to, we'll work out good. The buyer's agent will take half of that 2.5. I'll take half of it, and I'll also get the 2.5 on the sell side.
Okay, so you are taking half of what your buyer's agent are taking as a provision?
Correct.
So that's
That doesn't make sense. You will want to have clarified if, so by the end of the deal, is it 6% that is being, where 3% is going to you, 3% is going to your buyer agent? Or is it 3% and you're taking 1.5 and he's taking 1.5? That's a big difference. It's similar to the 0.05, where in the small picture it doesn't make a difference, but if it comes to a listing of, for example, 3 million, that will be a difference of 7,500. Which, 7,500 in that direction or 7,500 in that direction, it's a...
Let's say 1.5 per from your team members.
Right, on the buy side.
Okay. Okay, so while we are talking about listings, how many deals have you closed last year?
Last year we did 72.
72. As a team, right?
As a team.
Okay. Okay, David, so now let's talk about your goals. So what are your goals for this year?
Gross production myself would be 42 listings on my side, and 84 total for the team. We didn't go crazy on our numbers because we think the year is going to be not soft, but it's not a year to.
Either I'm extremely retarded, but wait. If he has closed 72 deals divided by 12, that's 6. And if he interacts with 200 people on a monthly basis, times 12, that's 2.4 thousand. His closing rate is at 6%. No, 4. Yeah, 4. From a referral for selling, where selling is easier than buying. You will want to go into that. Do you know do you know how I calculated that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So
Because
he
the,
has
pr- the yeah, sorry, the problem is that I didn't even clarify like how many deals closed himself, because those 72 is the whole team, so 3 people, 3 agents, himself.
You will want to have clarified that as well. But nonetheless, the numbers I taken, that was for the whole team, where he interacts with 200 people per month on the basis that it's 6, not fucking 10. Yes. You have also not clarified. So what you want to do is just calculate how many deals has he closed per month. So 72 divided by 12, that's 6. So if he interacts with 200 people on a monthly basis, 200 minus, I don't know if you calculate in decimals or as I do, but I'm going to explain it to you my way. So 200 minus 69%, 96%, that's 6. So his closing rate is 4%, which is kind of fucking low, take into consideration it's a referral, because sphere of influence is a referral business. With sellers, which sellers are easier to deal with because you don't really need to find a buyer. You just sell.
Go crazy.
And that will not be his personal, that will be like for the team. So the team has a 4% closing rate.
Crazy and jumping your goals.
And you said you want to close your side, so you don't want to be like selling anymore in real estate, or?
No. I want to close 42 transactions.
42 transactions.
I want the team to close 84 transactions.
And that will be a perfect moment to ask him also from the 72 closes last year, how much was on your and how much was on your team end?
I fucked up the calculations at all because I didn't clarify this. I also didn't clarify the close rate, so I didn't do calculations at all. Like I tried, but I didn't clarify all the informations I needed to do. So
Yeah, you need to understand here, you're not even able to calculate how much he has made per year. Sorry, per monthly. Do you know why?
because I don't know how many deals closed him and how many
Not that. The percentage that
percentage.
that he's taking home and that his team is taking home. Because if he says 72, his team, like with his team, cool, you can probably live with that. So it will be 480,000 times 72. That's okay. Like you can deal with that. But the problem comes in the moment where you want to calculate how much has his team taken from it and how much has he taken from it. Because you have not clarified if the 3% he was mentioning is both sides, meaning he and his team, or he takes 3% and his team takes 3%. Because that will be a difference of, so 480,000 times 72, that will be 34.56 million. So if you take 6%, that's 2 million. But then is it 6% then divided by 2, so he made 1 million, his team made 1 million, or is it 3% divided by 2? Because that will be he made 500,000, his team made 500,000. I can also go so far and tell you what the difference monthly is, but like you get my point. That's a huge difference in between how much is he actually making.
Yeah, I know. I fucked up with the informations here.
Yeah, because with one calculation, he makes more or less 6 figures per month. With the other calculations, he's in the middle of 5 figures. I say middle, it's like 50s. Which pretty big difference.
Yeah. Okay, and how are you planning to do that? Do you have any action plan on how to achieve this?
We do. We have a 401, and we go through our 401, or our GPS. We've got set for the year. We've got plans every week. We meet every week with our 401, what we're going to do this week to reach our goals, to hitting those transactions. We're off on goals right now. We're negative. So we're -3 on listings and -2 on sales for the year. But we see that catching up. We're starting to see some more activity, so that's good. So right now I say we're down 5, but that's going to be because of our January.
Do you know what he just said?
Yes, that he, let's say, pre-planned the whole year based on the months, and right now.
No, what he meant when he said he's in negative.
Yes, that they made less deals that he wanted to.
Yes. How many deals will they need to make per month in order to hit his goal?
84. 7.
Yeah. So he has made 2 deals. That's also good to know. And again, knowing how much he made per month will allow you to now know how much has he made this year so far. But you are not able to calculate that.
Okay, understand. And what was your goals for last year?
I didn't ask, you're going to ask me that. Our goals for last year, give me 1 second. 72. So we only went up by 12. 70.
Oh, as in he just repeated what he did.
2 closed transactions for the team.
Ooh. You know what you could do now?
What?
If you want to be a dick, you say, oh, so you had the same. Are you eating a fucking strawberry? So you had the same goal for your team last year as for this year. So how did it make you feel when you have not reached it? Or Why were you not able to reach it?
But for
last
this
year-
year, yeah, for
Last
this
year he
year,
has made
yeah, okay.
because last year he has made 72 with the team. This year, and the goal was 84 because he said he's down 12. And this year he told you how many?
84, just for his team.
Yeah. So you have like in this you figure out you fucked up the calculations because you have not asked him how many has he closed. Because for this year he wants to close 43 for himself. The team 84. The team last year was supposed to close 84. They closed 72. Pain point. Like not necessarily pain point because like again you don't really know how much he's making, so you're not fully sure if he can be an intellectual buyer or not. But nonetheless,
Yeah, I was not sure. I was just thinking that he is based on the closed deals and
but you don't know how much he makes, do you?
no.
It's hard to tell if someone is an intellectual buyer if you don't know if he has fuck you money or not. Because you can also have emotional buyers that just have fuck you money.
72 for the team.
So we hit our goal. We're dead on.
Okay. So
You will want to have said, what do you mean you have hit the goal head on? You said 84 because you said you're down 12. There's like he's currently counter speaking himself.
yeah, I just remember that his goal for last year was 72, so I'm not sure if
No, but he said then you will want to have clarified what does he mean by down 12? Because he said when you ask him, oh, I was not expecting you to ask me, then he said 72, but we are down 12, but then he said, so we have crushed this goal, which
But
kind of sounds like insecurity that it was actually 84.
yeah,
But
probably
he's
what
not
he meant by this is that this year his goal is 84 and last year it was 72, so down 12.
Yeah, but that's your assumption, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
what
assumptions from now, no, from the sales goal.
Yeah. But what have I told you about assumption when it comes to a sales call? It's better to clarify than have a fucking assumption, because with the
Yeah.
assumption you may lie absolutely fucking wrong.
Just to summarize that, basically last year you hit your goals, you hit your targets, and this year you just want to, as usually people do, you just want to increase your numbers, correct?
Increase it a little bit, not going crazy. Increase it a little bit.
There is also a chance that he's a smart businessman and that he wants to like have the constant improvement of his business where it's 20% every year.
Yeah, based on what he said so far, I thought that he is a like smart businessman, like you said, because he looks like that he pre-plans everything every week, every month.
That's absolutely fine, but at the same time you don't know it because you have not called him out on two things that he has said that were counter-speaking. Because like you need to understand, even if someone is smart, if they notice that they made a mistake, they will try to cover it as soon as possible. And if you're not gonna call them out on the bullshit, they will not respect you. Especially because you need to understand when it comes to realtor, people, they always lie. If you're gonna be able to be someone who recognize it and you will be able to point that out, they will respect you. Because no one fucking can. Like I'm sure you have watched Dr. House. There is one wisdom that you can learn from him. It's everybody lies. Yeah. Keep that in mind.
Okay. Okay, David. So based on all the answers you just gave me, I really think that your business can benefit from our partnership, and we can get you results and help you get more transactions for you and also for your team. So now I'm gonna show you what exactly we do and how we can help you reach your targets.
Okay.
Sounds good? Okay, so just give me 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen and we can get straight to it. And yeah, it's taking too long right now because I was not expecting him to join this call because I called him multiple times and he didn't pick up the phone. So I didn't prepare anything before this call.
Nonetheless, you should have everything prepared.
Yeah.
Even if someone doesn't show up, because then cool, you can just close it.
Yeah, usually I have everything prepared, but not this time.
Good excuse, Matthew. Good excuse. Now go to your fucking corner.
Okay, David, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, David, before I take you step by step through our entire process, sorry, you said something?
No, I just listened to my dog. Sorry.
Okay.
Ooh.
So can we move forward? Can we continue?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. So David, before I take you step by step through our entire process, let me just quickly explain to you what our main goal here with this strategy is. Our main goal with this strategy is just to create a strong brand identity for you or for your team, and also deliver you as many high quality leads as possible. And to be able to do that, we are using those three key pillars. So first of all, we are just making sure that all of our clients can yield at least 3x ROI. And like I said, our primary goal here with this strategy, with this online branding strategy, is just to create a full brand identity for you, ensuring that everyone in your area recognize you for what you do. And from there, we create a database full of contact information of your potential clients.
Here you could have said, especially if you think he's an intellectual buyer, here you could have said that will also allow you not to have uncertainties, like for example, something that happened in January, where even if you're gonna be lazy, you have someone that's gonna allow you to have a steady influx of people coming in. So your team has work to do.
Yeah, I fucked up with to get more information also because I was not sure if he wants this or more leads for himself, for team, or what. So that's the reason why I said.
Welcome to the fucking discovery part of the call. And funny enough, I don't want to necessarily teach you that yet because like it takes like you will need to have every single information on point and then be able to do that. But with those kind of people, especially when he literally said he's lazy or he was lazy, you could have said something like, okay, so in a hypothetical world, if we were to start together, like, would you actually do your work? Because I want to assure myself that everyone we work with has a certain standard. So how can you guarantee me that you're not going to be lazy next time when we, for example, start sending you people? Because then, like, this is the point in a sales call where in the discovery phase of the call, you can make the prospect sell itself to you. Well, this is next step. You're getting closer, but you know, as long as you're not going to fall down like last time.
Okay.
Now, basically what we do is geo-targeted branding. That means that we are focusing on your area to make you the #1 realtor in your area. So basically the goal of all of this is just to create a strong brand identity for you to make sure that when someone wants to just buy a house, sell a house, do anything in terms of real estate, you're going to be the #1 or the first realtor who comes on their mind and then just going to reach out to you. Now, here you can see some of the examples of the ads we have created before, and also the ads you can expect us to create for you too. We basically are using the images from a selection of our proven image database, ensuring that we constantly use content that resonates with your audience and can basically just bring more people on your social media profile. Now, David, in the beginning of this call, you mentioned that you have some experience and you also are doing some ads on your listing. So are you familiar with a pixel tracking? Do you know what pixel is?
I know what pixel is, and I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, though.
Okay, so pixel is basically just a small piece of code placed on your funnel.
Wonderful, you're learning. Could be done better, but you're learning. In case someone doesn't know what I mean. Typically, he doesn't even ask if someone knows what pixel is. He just runs from the top to the bottom. But in this case, it's like you need to, Jenny, on this part of the presentation, it's very beneficial if you ask, by the way, do you know what a pixel is? Because if someone says yes, you can say, okay, cool. Then let me just tell you why we are using it. Or if someone says no, wonderful, you can educate them. So it like both works for your authority. By the way, guys, let's take a 15 minutes break because 45 minutes passed. Matthew, are you gonna be awake in 15 minutes? If yes, we can review rest on the next call.
Okay, we can do that.
Rune, do you want to participate in 15 minutes?
Yes, definitely.
Wonderful. Celine? Her intern is kind of dead, but Celine. Hey, yo, Celine. Celine. Okay, guys, in the meantime, while Celine is debugging, I'm gonna send you the link for the next call.
Yes, I said
Do you want to participate in the call in 15 minutes?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a link as well. Give me 1 second, guys. Matthew. And Celine. Cool. Then I see you guys in 15, yeah?
Yes.